Are we even live, guys? Because I'm trying to check it via my phone. Give me a second. Ugh. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I don't know if we're live actually on my YouTube channel. It says we are. Well, let me check Twitch now. Give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Okay, yeah, now I can see it. There we go. Okay. Okay. So we had our issues, we had our problems, but now we are good to go. So, hello everyone, guten tag, bonjour, dobry день. This is a lovely Tuesday, a lovely day for our streams. Now, you all saw the title, so you probably assume what is gonna be to. You can probably assume what's gonna be today, but before that, a couple of quick updates on the future plans. So, number one. This is for sure happening in the next couple days. First of all, you can like the video, like the stream as usually. But number one is that we are going to have a video. We're going to have a video. Boom. Yes, all good. We're gonna have a video about my crunches, about the challenge that I've been doing now on my YouTube channel. If you've been following me recently on Shorts, let me open my channel actually for that. I think this will make all of this much easier. If you've been following my channel recently, then you should probably note that I've been doing a so to say crunches challenge, which has had this different views. But basically, what happened is that today we reached day 50, and it's half of the point. You can see it's all documented up here. So we've reached 50 days, and I've decided I'm gonna make a short video that I'm probably gonna upload tomorrow. I'm gonna definitely film it tomorrow. The outline is already written, so the outline is already there. The only thing that really needs to be done is basically filming it, and I'm not really sure that it's gonna require a lot of editing, but we shall see. Number two thing that I wanted to talk about with you is that I've been shocked that okay, I can see myself here, but our stream got 1,000 views. I don't know how big is the screen over here. If you look at the screen, this stream with Kiro Loden got 1,000 views. Yeah, I know it's been 4 weeks and it's been always increasing, but 1,000 views for a stream is a lot. It is actually a lot, especially if we look at the fact that the videos haven't been collecting so well as recently. So I thank you all again, as always, that you're watching these videos, that you're still enjoying them. And I hope that I'm gonna be able to provide you with even more and better content. Which leads me to a third point, which I wanted to make, is that I'm not sure that I'm going to be uploading the reactions on my YouTube channel as full videos this month, because apparently there are some issues with the YouTube algorithm and some of you haven't had a chance to really see them. So the plan is to basically stream them, and then we shall see what goes in October. Maybe I'll decide to upload them earlier. I don't know. I don't really know. But as for now, I'm not planning to upload them in September. And now that we got that all out of the way, I can finally proceed to today's stream and today's topic. Because the topic of today is that we are discovering, we're so to say, exploring a new blogger for this channel. Her name is Drama Queen. Well, actually, before we go into the specific videos, let me just dive in. Let me just dive into her content. Let me see how you can see it. Yeah, so she's got some of uh, some sort of content like this. And you know what I'll actually do before we continue? I'll slightly zoom. Yeah, I'll do it like this. Now it looks way better. Jesus Christ, it actually looks better. So it's a very controversial person if you
There
look
is
at her, so to say, from the outside. I'm not gonna lie. She does look a bit uh how do I put the word so that I don't get banned? Weird. And that's always what's crazy, to judge someone without judging them by their looks. And even if you compare, I think if we go through her oldest videos, we can see even how she looked 5 years ago, see this, so to say, evolution. Now, I
there
have,
is a
before we go deeper into it, I'm gonna say one thing. I haven't watched a single drama queen video. I haven't. I didn't need it. I didn't have a chance. But the whole idea of her got me interested once I discovered her channel. So today, together as you, I will be exploring her. And now, in order to explore her, I'm gonna need to watch some of her videos. So in order to understand her the best, as in her views, I've decided that what we are going to do is simple. Give me a second. Keep tuning in, and while I explain what how do we understand her. So we're going to go through her most popular video, which I have no clue what it's talking about. Like, honestly, what is kink talk? I did Google some terms before, so I did prepare for this stream. But what is kink talk? I have no clue. Maybe she'll tell us later. Which is, although it is from 2 months ago, that's her most popular video on her channel. Like, she didn't get as far as this. And also we're going to check some of these videos. Why? Because they're very recent. Like, they're from less than 2 weeks ago, which means that we can probably figure out what this person introduces as for herself. And yeah, I see that we're expanding in our viewership. So what I suggest is that without further ado, we dive into the reactions.
there is something
Wait, give me a second. Now, although I said that I might not post the the reactions as in for this as normal videos, I'm still gonna do the YouTube introduction. So who knows if I'm gonna do this in September, but maybe I'll upload it in October. You never know. You never know. That is why I'm still doing the YouTube introduction. But it doesn't mean that it's gonna be uploaded there soon. So King Talk is getting extremely out of hand. A video by a blogger called Drama Queen. And we obviously know, although you may know that I dislike when people write something wrong, write something incorrectly, grammatically, I obviously understand this is a nickname. Like, come on, I'm not that stupid. So, wait, I think I got a message from someone. Yeah, it's all good. So before we dive in to the reaction, I must say that I have no clue who this is. I haven't watched a single video of her before. I'm gonna be judging purely based on what I see. And from right now, I see, let's call them questionable looks. But again, one of the topics of this channel is to give the most rational criticism or most rational opinions ever without purely judging based on something from the outside. Uh, without purely judging based on assumptions. So, hey guys, let's explore kink talk because I have no clue what this is.
There is something to be said about people who practice kink out in public. I'm sorry, nobody wants to see that shit.
Okay, I did Google the term kink before the stream, and I think it's supposed to be weird. Wait, let me check. For some reason, it gives me the Ukrainian translation. Yeah, so it is weird. A flaw or imperfection likely to hinder the successful operation of something, such as a machine. Okay, that's a different thing that I saw. I saw. Oh, okay. You know what? I actually didn't see this part because I googled the Ukrainian translation, and for those of you who understand it, "Zlam chudite," like chudite. It's something that someone chudit. I don't even know how do you translate this verb. Basically, yeah, it's someone doing something weird. But okay, I haven't gone through this translation. Okay, okay, this is gonna be an interesting reaction. I can already feel it.
Your own home.
Wait, I didn't give you the view.
Something to be said wants to see that shit. By all means, whatever you choose to do inside of the comfort and safety of your own home, or in
She
an
sounds
environment
British.
where everybody is consenting to seeing this, I generally do not care what consenting adults do. I gotta be honest, it just really isn't my business. The point of some kinks is that they are inherently weird, so you wouldn't go out into public where the public is publicing and practice that in front.
I like the formulation "public is public," and although you can criticize me for me always trying to point out some grammar mistakes, but you get the vibe. It's a part of the character. It's part of the video. It's using here is correctly publicing in public.
Front of non-consenting people, including minors, bro. Like a mall, for example. You are not entitled to that space whatsoever. You're especially not entitled to get off in front of possible minors and unconsenting people. Oh man. There's a lady over there moaning, and I'm trying to find mum a gift for Mother's Day. A lady and her boyfriend on TikTok goes to the mall, most likely to do nasty shit and not actually buy anything from the mall, or I don't know, have a little nice food court lunch.
It's been 1 minute and 15 seconds. And I know I'm watching the most popular video on her channel, but holy damn, I actually like her. I like her tonality. I like the editing. I like the idea of the video. It's not just so we had some bloggers who, although I enjoy, but a lot of their reactions were based on simply watching videos and then commenting them. But she, as I can see, did some sort of analysis, has a script prepared, and now is talking into it. Good job. I actually like it.
I cannot stress enough that practicing voyeurism in public is not only unethical and extremely weird, considering the fact that there are minors in public. There are people who do not want to see that in public. It makes anyone who participates in that really weird. And call me a kink shamer. Hell, I'll be loud and proud about it. Because at a certain
Kink shamer. So what did we have? I remember I was a sexist. I don't remember if I was a racist. Will I be a kink shamer? We shall see.
point, I feel like corn has genuinely rotted so many people's brains to the point where they're comfortable enough to do the following in public.
You got the vibrating panties on, right? You don't make no noise in the store. I'll follow you to Dubai. You got a bet?
She's just twerking. You know, it's just a dance. Now it's been normalized for some reason.
Dude, go to the bathroom. Given the fact that there's luckily not that many people, it seems to be inside of this mall, I still wholeheartedly believe that
That's the reason. That's the reason why that mall is not so popular amongst people. Because they show up to buy some stuff they need, and then all of a sudden they see these kink talkers twerking. They're like, nah, is there another mall in our city? That's the reason I'm telling you.
this is highly inappropriate. And for this to be taking place on TikTok is just wild. Mark my words, there will be a study that comes out in the next 5 to 10 years showing the damage that TikTok has done to the population.
We're gonna be reacting to that research in 2029.
She is literally asking you to stop. So wouldn't the appropriate thing to be stop, or I mean, not have done this at all?
I'm not even sure what was she even doing. Like, honestly, genuinely, I'm trying to understand. So she shaked her ass a bit, made some weird sounds. Yeah, brother, you have to be more clear. Or at least if you're filming a TikTok video and you know that your speaking is not clear, just put some subtitles on it. I'm telling you, it's gonna raise your viewership. Although, you know what? Don't put any subtitles. Like, don't. It's all good. It's all good. Keep it like this. And better not upload it at all.
Damn.
So this lady has weed herself, likely from, I don't really want to say it, man, likely from how extreme it felt down there. My question is, like, why can y'all not go to a party or a event that invites this kind of shit there? Because
Wait. Did she just... No. No, what? No. Did she just play with herself? No, okay, yeah, that's... I thought this was actually a crime. Although, I should actually look this up. Wait. Okay. So I'm not gonna be sharing this publicly out of, you know, out of YouTube algorithm reasons. But as I see in most places it is, but most are questioning. So, hey, welcome to 2020 freaking 4. Well, that's something I've been doing this stuff. I've been watching these videos for more than a year now. And I knew we've gone far enough. But that far? I wouldn't have expected it.
this kind
Keep
of
in mind, this is from 2 months ago. Like, we can check the date now. This is from 12th of June, so it's the beginning of summer. This is 2024, guys.
stuff in those spaces makes sense, right? Because it's appropriate there, because everybody is consenting there. Whereas you're out in public doing this in public, where a mother or a father or any parent for that matter of fact could walk their stroller past you and see that you're literally busting a nut. I'll admit, right, the act in of itself isn't necessarily weird, because if these two people were doing this at home, it's like, it makes sense because they're at home. No one can see them doing this. Children aren't going to walk past this lady and this man who is controlling a vibrator out in public and go, "Mummy, why is that lady moaning and why is she weeing herself?" This kind of...
To be honest, I didn't get it at the beginning. Like, the guy's diction was so bad that I didn't understand shit. Thanks for explaining it to me.
stuff is really weird when you want to subject people who are not consenting to this, man. But what's really annoying to me is whenever you rightfully critique these very criticizable acts, people want to point the finger back at you. Well, you're kink shaming and you're just the worst person ever. Brother, if
I swear, I've never met a king shamer. Like, honestly, one of the problems I had recently while reacting to videos like this is that they've got so unrelated, I would say. Like, honestly, I've seen I've seen a lot of stuff, so to say, progressing throughout the years. But even this, or a lot of similar reactions that we had, for example, furry TikTok reactions. I don't know, some weird. Oh yeah, we had those reactions where the girl was, so to say, blaming that someone was staring at her, although nobody wasn't actually. Since I haven't really seen this in public a lot right now, I couldn't really relate to this. And the same goes with kink. Like, do really people do it that often, or were there always weirdos and not just they just have the power of TikTok and cameras to film it? Like, I'm actually curious. If someone has anything to say about this, feel free to share your opinions. I read all the comments, so trust me, I'm gonna comment on the comment.
I have a problem with this and it's kink shaming, then I'm a proud kink shamer. I'm sorry. Why and how have people become so desensitized to the point of a couple doing this sexual stuff in public? You know, none of these people bat an eye. Nobody cares. But the second a creepy, ugly man in public is just jerking his peanuts, that guy is called a creep. That guy is arrested, rightfully so, because that is creepy and absolutely disgusting and does deserve jail time, okay? But why is doing this kind of stuff out in public any different exactly? Oh, that's right, because it's not all that different, is it? Oh, but you can't see her private parts. I can see the fluids through the shorts. Why did this person wear grey shorts when they knew that they were going to be going out in public and masturbating in public? This is hot AF.
Again, because they know the law. Let's go like this. They know the law, so at the same time, they know how to swipe to avoid all of this.
And for everyone crying about them being in public, how many people did you see in this mall?
This is hot as fuck. Bro, you know who's commenting this? I'm gonna tell you the personality type of this person. So they think they're so cool because they're not watching porn. Yeah, at the same time, they're simply watching porn on a lot of social medias. Because this is what it basically is. Like, king in public is real life porn. Just like polyamory is real life OnlyFans, this is real life porn. The only thing is that, oh yeah, you can't see the private parts. This is why this person is considered as hot as fuck. That person is so broke. Their mentality is so broken. Look, I mean, look at their. You cannot really see because it's colored, but I can absolutely assure you that is not the face of the person who is actually commenting it. It's probably some avatar. I can assure you.
For the people who say this kind of stuff, I would love to see and hear your opinion on a really creepy, a really disgusting, ugly, unattractive old man jerking it in the corner of a Target. How would you feel about that? You'd probably want him to be locked away and for kids to never be near him, right? Why isn't it the same for people who do this out in public? Oh, because they're not showing their private parts? I'm sorry, but it's kind of the same. You may as well just show your private parts at that point. Now, speaking very matter of fact,
Although,
it
no,
isn't
I have to
necessarily
understand. Again, if you catch a person who, let's say, the same creepy old man, and he is doing this, but without showing his private parts, is it legally a crime? I'm not defending that. I'm not defending a person. I'm genuinely curious how does the law differentiate that? Because I'm absolutely sure it has a difference.
unethical to practice all kinks outside of the house in your everyday life, such as if somebody was to wear a collar with their everyday clothing and, you know, they're just outside doing whatever, it looks like a choker anyways, so it doesn't really matter. People would just write it off as a fashion statement. But it's not necessarily like appropriate to take a human out on a walk to Costco and they're on all fours on a leash. Probably not the most appropriate, right? Well, it's not like this.
To be honest, my end on collars. Like, for me, it's weird when a person wears such thing out in public. That is already kinky for me. Kinky enough for me. You can call me an ultra kink shamer, but this is just my opinion.
girl is exactly out on a leash, but she is currently going viral because her and her partner are like Discord
When this Discord mod calls you his.
kitten, if I could, you know, put it in a way that would make sense to people.
Shoot a different type of load into me.
Yeah.
Brother, yeah. What if we're in Walmart because it's little James's birthday? He's just turned 13 and he really wants a bear archery apprentice youth bow. And we turn our heads to see a couple acting rather strange. You'd think, oh my god, this is Discord behavior, I feel like. Yeah, I would be a little weirded out, especially because these people are doing it in a youth section. You know, they're being kinky out in a youth section in Walmart where, yeah, most likely a kid, a teenager, a baby even is going to be in that section with their parents because it's a youth section in Walmart. So
I liked how she's talking about kids and minors, so I'm actually curious, like, if she's worried about them, or... So, for example, if they take a section which is not appropriate, not related to kids, I don't know, let's take... Where would the kid not be allowed? Let's take, okay, not a club, but some places that... Although if you think about this, public places are mostly for kids, and in places where they are not allowed, well, that means that there are already some sort of limits. So I can see where the argument about the kids come in.
I agree with the person who stitched this video by saying like, brother, ugh, yuck, bro. And I've been seeing her get so much hate from men saying that she's ugly and she's jealous because she is...
This is so jealousy. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I could rank... Well, let's go check her again.
Brother, ugh.
Like, the girl's not ugly. Come on. You can have her different tastes, but you can definitely say she's not ugly. Come on. Come on. That's the dumbest. This looks more ugly. Because, like, these faces, they scary. And scary usually gets ugly. This is a good tip for women and for men especially. If you think that scary means pretty... Yeah, scary usually means ugly. Don't be scary.
Viewing corn and over-consuming corn, they're being demonized by men whose brains are so rotted to the core from constantly viewing corn, and over-consuming corn on a constant basis is just so disgusting to me. Just like you and I in life, we can't go without criticism. And if you are to put something out there on the internet like this, people are gonna talk about it.
I like how do I put this correctly? I use TikTok. I'm not gonna lie. I use TikTok because I do have a job that requires me to scroll it. But to be honest, I never receive these videos. Like, all the videos that are shown so many times by even the content creators that we react. This is our 36th stream of the year. Don't forget that we were streaming last year. So we watched tons of TikToks. And it really is broken, man. So you should understand that this type of content will pop up in a specific group of people's feed. First, woman is desirable to most of us, man. The second is just jealous.
First woman is desirable to most of us men. The second is just jealous. Have these males' brains even developed past high school? I haven't heard the term jealousy being used in terms of someone else criticizing someone since I was in high school. Oh, well, you're just jealous, you're just jealous, you're just jealous. How about this, guys? How about we see something and we don't like it and we voice our opinions because we're human? If you put something out on the internet, you're kind of going to hear about it. Just like people are probably going to be in the comments on this video tearing me to shreds because I'm kink shaming. Okay, buddy. But these...
I actually want to scroll the comments and see if there were actually kink shaming comments. Give me a sec. This is inland king shaming. This is to F little girls who be in prison. I'm an age regressor. I had an ex who only dated me because he liked stuff like that and forced me to be in my age regress state and sexualized. I'm a professional dom and I work with all kinds of fetish. Time, okay, exactly. Time and place. First rule of king: everyone involved needs to consent. The random public doesn't and can't, so they. Okay. No, it's not if you can. A robbery is not a robbery if the person doesn't spot they were robbed. No! It's fucking robbery still. Oh my freaking. Okay, let's just go past the last 7 minutes.
Kinds of men love seeing this kind of content because they treat women as objects anyways. Women aren't allowed to have opinions to them anyways. And something else too that I don't see enough is people criticizing the boyfriend in these videos. And that's probably because you don't even see him in any of her videos. But don't get this twisted. He is just as much at fault in this situation here for acting strange like this in a public setting. And honestly, I wouldn't put it past this girl that she probably wasn't like this before she met her Discord mod of a boyfriend. Or maybe she's always been really into it, but either way, keep it the f at home. Now,
But the guy saw the money. The guy saw the chance of getting the hype. Again, I'm not endorsing it. I'm not endorsing it, guys. If you've watched through some of my content, you can probably understand what I'm thinking of it.
I'm not sure what kind of thing this couple is up to, because throwing a tantrum like this in public is something that people don't really see too often, right? And people were bringing up the fact that this girl...
In couples, it's even weird. I have a rule. I don't know how it applies to different people, but I genuinely believe that couples should go through this rule that all of their conflicts and all of the problems stay in private. Whereas once they're outside, they're the couple. The couple, not just a couple. They're the couple. So they're like a team that's going out there to compete against the world. I don't know why, but I think that this is actually a good rule to support for different couples. Like, really think about this. Outside, you are one team that should be at its best. Whereas inside, sure, resolve your problems, resolve your conflicts. That's all good.
Could possibly be disabled, or maybe she was having an autistic meltdown. And I feel like that is so disingenuous here, especially looking at the fact that this girl is wearing a diaper. Like, it looks to be a fetish, right? And it's not the fact that grown people can't wear diapers because of whatever reasons. Maybe they genuinely have an issue down there, right? But I mean...
I'm not even sure if this is a kid, although these are not content creators, so because this is someone filming it. So what's the point? What are you even trying to do?
Like, it's pretty obvious with the backpack and the entire fit and the diaper. Look, guys, it seems to be a fetish here, okay? I just don't really understand this phenomenon of people taking this kind of weird stuff that they would do in the bedroom outside into public where
I can tell you why. Because democracy, liberalism, free, everything is free now. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want. I told this to people about AI, but the way, and I can comment it on here, because all of these situations that we're watching right now, especially this last one, it could be described as in general. I like this. Although, you know what? No, I'll keep it for I'll keep it maybe for the end, or maybe for another reaction, because I really like this saying. So You'll have to wait for it.
Know that people could possibly film you and put it out onto the internet and whatnot, especially if you are to act like this. Because whilst people could argue that this is an autistic meltdown, allegedly, it's kind of just like, is it really though? I feel like, especially with the people who are saying that, are kind of virtue signaling in a way, because it's like, if you've ever been around somebody with autism who has had a public meltdown, it's not really like this. Even the real toddler in this situation is looking at her like, what the fuck, bruh? I'm also under the understanding that age regression is a thing, right? Now, if you're unfamiliar with age regression, it is a practice that people do partake in who have had extreme childhood trauma, and it is something that is usually practiced within a safe space. Example, the person's house with trusted people around them. It could be a partner, it could be a friend, it could even be a parent sometimes.
So basically, it's adults acting like children. I should actually make a reaction about age regression.
However, people usually don't see age regressors go out in public and act this way because age regressors need to do this in a safe space. And if anything, this girl has like a really strong ass tailbone.
Okay,
You're
I
telling
did
me you're
check
just
what
throwing
this means. It's a bit. I think I misunderstood it. Develop such as temper tantrums or to need for a comfort object. When it's mild or this is a harmful, but can be a sign of an underlying condition of distress. Yeah, so it's just basically, I think, a very stressful situation. I might just investigate this topic, but really not stream about this. I changed my mind. That's the reason that person is autistic. That is true. Oh no, no, I don't want to talk about kids involved in this. Like, let's talk about everything, but not the kids, please. Please don't bring children in this. The way he's posed up and the way he's walking around and not leaving the scene or getting her help shows how much he's enjoying seeing her like that and the attention he's getting. She may have issues, but he does too. She needs therapy to stay away from this narcissistic person, and for him, no cure, sadly. He'll just find the next victim. I mean, if the guy, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, that's another problem. That's another problem. And at the end of the day, people who with actual problems get criticized and get hurt because of false people covering up, so to say, under their name. Yeah. Yeah, this is enough. I did enjoy Drama Queen. I did not enjoy what I saw. We're gonna watch your next video now. So stick with us. But the moral of this video is simple. You give people freedom and a choice to do whatever they want, and they're gonna do, and instead of doing the, so to say, how do we put this correctly? Instead of actually using these ambitions in a great and cool way to achieve some success, they're gonna do this. That's not approximately how my quote sounds. It does sound better if I formulate it, but might formulate it in another video. So I thank you all for sticking up to this first video, first reaction. I'm still doing the YouTube closing part because I might upload it. I'm not sure that when, but I might upload it. So I thank you all for being here. Subscribe to this channel if you did enjoy this video. Like the video if you did enjoy it. Where's the like button when I need it? Eh. Also dislike if you didn't like it, but if you're disliking it, make sure that you leave a comment. And I will read that comment. I will comment on it. We might start a discussion. Who knows? Who knows? In any case, I will see you in my other reaction. That was a nice first video. Now, this one did take long, but it was worth it. I'm gonna give it to Drama Queen. Welcome to the team. I'm sure that you're gonna get your own streams more often, but in any case, we're now going to reaction number 2, which was there it is. So TikTokers are begging for another lockdown. This is another reaction made by Drama Queen, the content creator we are discovering just now. And I liked her content. We just watched one of her videos, and that makes me subscribe to her channel because I'll give her that. This was good. Now, we're simply reacting to her, that there's no real topic for today's streams. So now from King Talkers, we jump to another lockdown. And I'm really waiting for some more absolute weird stuff. So let's hope I'm wrong. No, y'all need. Everyone's scared there's going to be another lockdown without praying there is. No, it's happening again. Charlie just died. The front piece of her tick. Okay, this is probably more of a joke than an actual beg for lockdown, but I think because of how it's written, although I'm gonna talk about the grammar, like, come on, you could write better. But this might actually be a serious person talking. I mean, I'm gonna speak from personal experience. COVID did hit my so to say developing years. I was 15, I think, when I was actually celebrating my birthday during lockdown, but I'm also someone who was affected by the war, so it really went into one slide. I didn't really get the break from that, but for I think for someone who did not experience the any type of war, no matter which one, I mean in the post-lockdown area, yeah, the lockdown did change a lot, even in personal lives, and even in your acceptance of the world, so to say, in the way you started viewing stuff, because this was something new. This was something that I think no one could have predicted, and yet it happened. And I'm not sure that we're gonna ever see anything like this. Like, even if there's not gonna be another lockdown. For those of you worried, let me tell you this: Zyno is giving you their word that there's not gonna be another lockdown for a very simple reason. Nobody's gonna buy it anymore. That is true. Inflation did hit it. COVID plus some plus the Ukrainian Russian war plus the Israel Palestine war, it all really did it just went step by step, which really hits it. Me and my boys getting ready for no, it's happening. Okay, is this a trend or what? The Charlie thing. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Like before, I'm going to say something that might put others into questioning. I did, so to say, not even enjoy, but I didn't have that bad of a time during the lockdown compared to other people. Also, now if I compare it with war, obviously I could see the difference and which one would I rather pick. I didn't lose any family members, particularly because of COVID, although COVID did hit and later on led to a death of a close person of mine. But that's a whole different subject. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of people did enjoy the lockdown for the sake uh of it giving something new, so to say. And people forget all the bad stuff. Like, people forget that it led to groceries growing, it led to a lot of panicking, it led to the fact that you couldn't really even leave your country traveling if you wanted to. And you had to stay inside of your apartment, inside of your home, because really you couldn't do anything else. So, yes, for example, this person, they post all these good stuff, and I agree. I practically had all of this. Like, genuinely, I think almost everything. I tick every box except for online shopping because I don't do it. But we forget how many problems it created for the world. And which leads to just another topic. Most people are selfish. Mm. Oh, she's Australian. Okay, that was my second guess. Like, after I said in the previous stream she was British, my second guess was Australian. Yeah, but the facts that Australia and New Zealand did with their lockdowns were probably the strangest. I mean, they were explanatory if you believe all of this, but they were genuinely. insane. That's one of the reasons I'm never gonna go to Australia. I'm not even sure even for a visit. You gotta pay me good so that I could go to Australia. I can no offense, I can assume it. It's agoraphobic, wait, although she might explain now. Okay, yeah, I just Googled what agoraphobia is. Yeah, yeah, let's keep it for another time. Neighbors how to play them, TikTok dances, wearing masks. Like wearing masks was the whereas if you actually miss wearing mask, you don't need a lockdown for it. You can go in public and wear mask. I don't see a mask on you right now, woman. Where's your mask? This is the dumbest. If you really wish for a lockdown so that you can wear a mask, let me give you hundreds of masks that are stored in someone's garage because they thought that they're gonna need them for the next future. Oh my freaking goodness. Yeah, I agree. It's eye rolling, but I'll listen to you. I should explore her more in the back, you know? I should go to watch some of her pre-COVID videos if I actually want to understand this creator. Again, I've been watching her for an hour only. I know her for an hour. So we shall see how it goes. Yeah, look out their writing there. Look at their writing, and you can simply do it. You can simply make a conclusion out of it. I mean, all of these could be done without a lockdown. So stop posting it. Okay. Okay. When will you learn this? When will you learn this? Taking medications from doctors. Like, I swear, I have never spoken to a person who has had, so to say, mental issues and has successfully recovered from them consuming medicine. I never met. I met people who have had physical issues and then needed some medicine in order to fix it. I also eat medicine. Listen, I do eat medicine when I'm sick, but I can explain what that is. Whereas there has never been, I'm telling you, 0%. If you're watching this and you are someone who actually did have successful medicine whilst having mental issues, please feel free to comment. I genuinely want to meet you because I have had zero. But let's listen to the story. Who the fuck is Charlie? Like, wait, who the actual flying hell is this person? And why is her dyeing her hair so freaking influential? Dyes her hair blue. Oh my god! Bruv, what the actual. How? No, this can't be real. Like, this can't be. I need to stop watching this, you know? I should really quit streaming reactions. Because then I have to go back into the real world. Thank God this only takes 1 or 2 hours per week for me. And not my everyday life. Because all the other 22 hours, all the other 165 hours a week I get to spend in the real world, I don't have to deal with this shit. Like, this is absolute screwed up shit. You know what? You can always play the Uno card. I mean, pandemic is pandemic. Bruv, imagine if when Ukraine wins the war, if there are going to actually be war cores. I hope that I never get to live to this day. brain. They might take there might be a big percentage, but let's be honest, it's not that big as we exaggerate about it. Both. Instead not making enough. I still don't make, yeah. That's what pandemic 2 is gonna that's for sure. That's what it's gonna promote. Because that's who the average TikTok audience is. Like you can't really go and explain to them how bad it was. They don't think a, a human's brain is so short term. They have already forgotten. 4 years, it's been a lot. They have forgotten what it was actually like during the pandemic, during the lockdown. Okay, we still had 2021, but 3 years, like really. It I was in Europe in the end of 2022. Yeah, people have already defeated COVID back then. Like it was already done. The lockdown has been closed. It's been 2 years. You know, a brain forgets what happened 2 years ago, especially if it's a stupid brain. And I do get that people make it super important, but okay, we probably can talk about this in the moral of this of the video. No offense, but I could assume. Like I did say that we don't judge by the physical representation, but it still gives you some sort of an idea how about the person. Mm. Aura. Oh my god, this word. That is technically true. Like, you had so many free time that you could come up with some crazy ideas to post on TikTok. So yeah, I'll give it that. I even remember I was super active during my COVID lockdown when I was still doing my sports YouTube channel. It wasn't my most creative time, and it wasn't my most favorite time because my content was based on challenges with friends whom I couldn't meet. But I still got published a lot, and I still had some new ideas that I later on used even after we got out of lockdown. Well, she's slightly exaggerating, but I can agree there was a huge downgrade in most of the parts. Again, TikTok is a downgrading part. Don't download it unless you're making something profitable from it. Not necessarily money again. Preferably money. Not necessarily money, but something to your advantage. That is true. Exactly. The amount of privilege. You really have to be privileged. Luckily, I was blessed by some of the things that in my family, in the ways that I lived, in the place where I lived back then, I'm not gonna lie. But I do understand that it was a trauma for a lot of other people. And even though, even though uh after the war broke through, a full scale war broke through in Ukraine, I still especially felt like COVID was a good time. I still respect people who come out and actually share their stressful moments during the lockdown, because for them this is something that would be the most traumatized thing in their life. And unfortunately, it's a majority. Super weird. How can you want lockdown if you couldn't genuinely travel during it? Like, you couldn't. All the it was all blocked. This one idea makes me insane because I remember how many vaccinations and tests and stuff you had to do just so that you could go to your office. Bruv. And again, I don't remember this because of some good things that I have. And obviously, the human brain works in that way that they forget the bad things and keep the good ones. Otherwise, we would have all gotten insane by now. But it's not even about remembering, it's about actually rationally thinking. If a lockdown was a great idea, we would have it every day. But we don't. We have the real world, we have the real life. There's a reason why it's like this. Just start thinking about it for once. Yeah. Yeah, because you did have your freedom taken away from you back then. You did. Yeah. And your parents didn't lose your job because of COVID, or their financial status didn't downgrade because of the inflation. Again, I can't really blame kids for this because kids are dumb. They don't understand it. But even if you were around your teens back then, that means you're at least 17, 18 for now, which means you're almost an adult. So you should be thinking more with your head. That is one of the reasons why we're not going to have a lockdown. Drama Queen, I can comfort you. It's all going to be good. There's not going to be another lockdown. Even in Australia, printing money, inflating the currencies. So they are not the ones making the decision, luckily. But the moral of the video is going to be easily. Wait, let me just zoom into myself. Ah, nice. Moral of the video. It's when the hard times hit, it's good to make them feel better. It's good to make them pass easier. A lot of things, a lot of bad things happen. Lockdowns, again, the example of wars, and the human brain functions in a way that will make the best, still the best of it. You're gonna try to make a good story. You're gonna try to still smile because it's the only way to give up, and it's the only way to not give up in a tough situation. But once it's over, once everything is over and the bad guys lose and the bad situation disappears and everything goes to good, it's important to keep in mind that when you struggle, you remember why you were actually smiling back then, because you weren't smiling because of the how the world was. You weren't smiling because of your situation, but you were smiling since it was the only way to not give up. That is so good. I'm gonna have to write this down. That's so good. I know. I'm complimenting myself, but I actually love what I just did, said. Okay, I'm gonna rewatch this in replay. Now, I did say we had free drama queen videos, but guys, rewatching making these reactions a lot of the times makes me think of the fact that yeah, I don't really need this a lot in my life. I'm still doing it. I still do enjoy it in some ways, in some parts, because we live in a society and it tackles a lot of societal issues. And for that reason, I will be stopping the stream now, guys. I thank you all for being here, for watching these videos, for watching these reactions. Comment below if you want to see Drama Queen on my streams again, because although it did scare me a bit, even the content that we watched today, it made me think of some weird stuff that I really don't want to be a part of. I'm gonna give it to her. It was interesting. And I'm sure she has a lot of different topics like this, but that will be for some other day. As for today, I thank you all for being here. Like this video if you did like my reactions. Dislike the video if you didn't. But keep in mind, if you dislike the video, you have to write a comment. That is obligatory. It's not obligatory if you like the video, you can always, but you can still always write it down. So that being said, I thank you all for being here, and I will see you not only in my other reactions, but also in my crunches challenge. So check my shorts every day, guys, because there are gonna be videos.